Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is JamayaRocheal, and today I'll be talking about prerequisites for the nursing program at Georgia State University. So typically, if you apply to Georgia State before you start college, and you're a freshman, they'll put you into a FLC, which is a freshman learning community. And what that does is it puts you in a class or a group. Everyone in your class, or almost everyone in your class, is a nursing major, right? Either they're a nursing major, I believe we had some physical therapists in there, respiratory therapists, and some people for nutrition. But that's a really good program because it already puts you in the classroom surrounded by people who have the same goals as you, similar goals as you. You can use them as a resource, they can use you as a resource. You can go together and potentially have your entire college experience together, right? So your first semester, what they did was they gave us a schedule. They made our schedule for us. They had the times for us and everything. We just had to show up, okay? But of course, you have to declare your major as nursing. If you don't declare your major as nursing and you're undecided, or you put your major as something else, typically for the first 2 years, you'll be taking the basic prerequisites that everyone takes, which includes your math, your English, your history, American government, and I believe that's it. I don't think that science courses are mandatory for everyone. So you will take those classes, but eventually, once you get into wanting your major to be nursing, you're going to have to declare your major as nursing. Now, they give you those courses for your first semester. After that semester, you have to go in on pause and you have to register for your own classes. Now, when I went to orientation, I received this booklet. Everybody received a book, and if you went to that book, they'll check off what you need to take pertaining to your major. They'll have different areas, like they have area A, area B, area C, area E, area F, and I think that's it. But pretty much all those areas stand for something. Like they have a math area, they have a science area, they have a humanities, arts and humanities area, they have a social sciences area, like your psychology, sociology, stuff like that. They have a language or foreign language area, stuff like that. Pretty much is what they'll tell you, and they'll check off exactly what you need to take for people in your major. So that pretty much makes it easy. That means when it's time to register, you'll get a time and a slot. So they'll say maybe freshmen can start to register for classes on Tuesday, June 13th or something like that. Once your slot is open, you can go in and you can register for your classes. Typically, freshmen, they can't apply for classes last because, of course, upperclassmen, they're trying to, graduate. So they need those classes. You have time to get those classes if you don't make it the first time around. Now, this is a tip. If you're not a morning person, do not sign up for an 8 o'clock class, okay? You will have an opportunity to take that class. Now, I wouldn't say wait until your senior year to take that class, because then you're probably going to be in a classroom full of freshmen. But, don't kill yourself trying to take these classes, okay? Do what's best for you. Do what's going to get you an A out of that class. Do what's going to, select whatever is comfortable for you, okay? But so that's how they do that whole thing. They pretty much tell you what you need to take, and then of course you meet with your advisors. They kind of direct you in the way that you should go. I would always say take what they tell you with a grain of salt, because one advisor told me to take microbiology in the summer. After I took it, another advisor was like, wow, we never advise students to do that. So kind of take it with a grain of salt, but just know, for the most part, the classes that they're telling you to take, you're going to need those classes. And you also have that booklet, so you can always go back and check and say, okay, so-and-so told me to take these classes, but what you're telling me isn't matching up, so which one is the right thing? What should I do? And they should be able to help you. Also, upperclassmen, use people who are in your major that are above you. They can kind of tell you what to take, what not to take. So I have my transcript right here, so I can read you all exactly what I had to take. So my first semester, I took Chemistry 1, Survey of Chemistry 1, 1151. I took English Composition 2. I took AP English, and I passed the AP exam, so I didn't have to take one. New Student Orientation, which is mandatory for Georgia State students, or at least freshmen. Survey of U.S. History, Intro to Mathematical Modeling, which is Math 1101. That was a super easy class for me. I did really enjoy that class. And that was actually 16 credit hours, my first semester of college. My second semester of college, I took Survey of Chemistry 2, Elementary Statistics, Perspectives class, which is an elective. I took American Government, which is mandatory for everyone. I took Media, Culture, and Society, which is another elective. And that was 15 credit hours. And that was the second semester of my freshman year. And then I went on for the summer, and I took Microbiology, Microbiology Lab, and Intro to General Psych. And that's when things kind of started going bad for me, because I got my first C, and that was 7 credit hours. And then the following fall semester, which was the first semester of my sophomore year, I took Survey of Art, an elective, Human Anatomy, which is mandatory, Global Issues, I believe that's mandatory as well, Abnormal Psychology, which is mandatory, but it's not mandatory that you take it as a prereq. So if you don't want to do the accelerated program at Georgia State for nursing, you can take that class once you get into the program. But if you do want to do accelerated program, you have to take that as a prerequisite. And there's 2 more courses on here like that I've taken. And that was 13 credit hours. Spring semester, which is the second semester of my sophomore year, I took Human Anatomy 2, Medical Terminology, which is another one of those courses that isn't a mandatory prerequisite. I took Cultural Diversity / Communications, which is another one of those classes that doesn't have to be a prerequisite. And I took Intro to Sociology. I didn't have to take that, but that was kind of like a GPA booster for me. And that was 13 credit hours. In the fall semester, which is the first semester of my junior year, I took Intro to African American Studies, another elective, but I recommend that class for everybody, okay? It was amazing. I took Human Anatomy 2, Microbiology. Remember I told you guys, well, I don't know if you haven't seen it or not, but I had to retake both of those classes because I received a B. The second time around, I got a B and an A. Human Lifespan Development, which is another one of those courses that is mandatory for nursing students but not required as a prerequisite. And I took Spanish 1, and that was 16 credit hours. And that was it. That was the first semester of my junior year, and this upcoming fall I will be starting the second semester of my junior year, but I will be in the nursing program. And that concludes this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions, okay? Like, I'm really here to answer these questions for you guys. You can leave them in the comment section. You can send me a message on Instagram or whatever. And yeah, so that completes this video, and I will see you guys next time.